Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of Thoughts on Education. We have Remon sir with us today. Thank you sir for your time and presence. Sir, before going ahead with this interview, would you please like to introduce yourself?
Good morning, the wonderful viewers and the followers of College Dunia, and my dear students and the aspirant candidates who would like to come and be a part of the Sikkim Manipal University family. I'm Dr. Remon Chettri, and I am currently, as an academician, I'm an associate professor. But on the administration side, I'm also the deputy registrar for academics as well as coordination and administration in the Sikkim Manipal University. And apart from that, my master's is in sports medicine and rehabilitation. And the bachelor's was from this particular college. And I'm currently pursuing my PhD also, which is in ergonomics on farmers of Sikkim.
Okay, thank you sir for your introduction. So let's go ahead with the interview. My first question for you would be, what are your roles and responsibilities towards the students?
Students become a prime part of the institution as soon as they join, and 4.5 years of long journey with them. So we basically see a student mold into a better person, a better human being who is equipped to face the challenges that the modern world has for it. So my role is to basically shape them into what they're supposed to be and make sure they understand the subject well. And also I try to impart the requisites for them to overcome the burdens and the hurdles that will come across the course of their curriculum. So I also facilitate the role as a teacher guardian in Sikkim Manipal University and Sikkim Manipal College of Physiotherapy. We have a wonderful scheme of teacher guardian where the students will interact in different batches. Like for example, under me there'll be about 12 to 15 students from different batches: final years, third years, second years, and first years. So the peer mentoring, the senior mentoring, as well as the student to the teacher guardian role plays a very important. I've seen people grow and flourish with such kind of schemes that are rolled out, as well as make sure that I become a role model for them and guide as far as the career choice is concerned. Students usually get perturbed at the end of final year and as they start with their internship. So yes, I help them to find out your roles and strengths and your weaknesses, do a SWOT kind of an analysis for them, and then help them bridge the gap. And I've seen success over the years. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your answer, sir. The next question is, how do you try to bring in a practical approach towards your subjects?
Yeah, physical therapy, the name itself says you have to be physical, right? So physical therapy cannot be done over a distance mode or an online mode. We are facing a lot of challenges with the online mode. But over the course of time, we've been able to bridge the gap with them and also make them understand the roles that the student is supposed to make them understand the gravity of the situation that you're dealing with human lives. There is not a building that can be deconstructed after building it, or it's not a small water tank that the pipe would go wrong. Here, if you do something else, you'll mess up with the person's life. So I make sure that they understand the gravity of the situation, what the role of the society is upon them, what the society is expecting, and make sure that they're all hands-on. At SMCPT, we have excellent facilitators, we have clinical physiotherapists, we have interns visiting from, I must tell this, all the parts of the Northeast. We've had interns from Tripura, from Guwahati, from Meghalaya, and all places. They all visit Sikkim because by far standards of physiotherapy will be number one in the region. So practicals are very much a part of our curriculum. We make sure that they have a holistic development of whatever they are doing. And we have attached ourselves, or we have an in-house 500-bedded central referral hospital where we have different super specialties ranging from neurosurgery to pediatric conditions to cardiology. So our physiotherapy students get exposure in all kinds of different health sectors. So yes, practical exposure is also good. Thank you.
Right. Okay. So next question is, what are the best practices offered by your department to the students?
The best practices, as far as the students are concerned, is we have wonderful scholarship schemes. People from the lower strata of the financial economic can also join and become a part of the institute. We have government scholarship schemes. We have now recently we've started with Dr. Ramdas Pai Scholarship, which is given for students who've lost their sole earning member. we are funding or we are footing the entire tuition fees for the entire course on the curriculum. So that is one of the most good practices that we've started off with. And yes, we have a lot of students who get placed after they pass out from the institution. We've got almost 80% of placements for them. And also we have I already told you about the teacher garden scheme. And as a part of our good practices, we also have a lot of inculcative courses which are related, like, say, for example, physiotherapy with some kind of a marketing or a sports as an agency, or manual therapy with some additional courses into taping. So these are all different arenas that can open up and equip the student to be better clinician in the future. Thank you.
Right, that's wonderful, sir. So the next question is, how does your department prepare students for higher education?
To tell you a fact, we ourselves have our master's program as well. So our intake in the bachelor's course is about 30 students per year. We do not take more than that, and master's is 15. So the 30 people from there percolates down into our master students as well. We've been having that trend over the last 5-7 years, and also because we are catering for externships, that is the interns who come from different colleges of the Northeast, from West Bengal, from Bihar as well. So these students also find some kind of an interest and a lucrative option for masters here. So they do feel a sense of responsibility once they join the masters, because an MPT student is a part faculty as well. So we do not treat them holistically as students. So they are a part faculty with us. We have seminars, discussions, and even interactive sessions with fun as well. We go for regular picnics and stuff like that. So higher education is shown to them what is the future, because as far as physiotherapy is concerned, right now it's been about how should I say? We've started this college in 2001, so it's almost been 2 decades we've seen students, and this wonderful placement. I must tell you, the students are all equipped in national as well as international avenues. They are in the various teams. I'm happy to see my students becoming a part of the Ranji Trophy teams, part of the football teams. Our alumni students have gone up to the level of becoming a physio for the Delhi Challengers in the IPL, which is quite commendable.
Okay.
Thank you.
So thank you for your answer. How do you help your students to handle the intense competition outside the classroom?
Yes, we do have a lot of sessions where a counselor is also there. So once they're inducted into the first year, after their induction program happens and all that, the teacher guardian mentor mentee scheme, all that is in place. So whenever the student has any kind of a problem other than academics, then he or she can always approach the teacher guardian or the head of the institution. In this case, it's a principal. Or we can also have access to the dean as well as the vice chancellor, because the Sikkim Manipal University follows an open door policy. So if the student has any problem whatsoever, they can always approach a higher faculty in this case. And preparing them for higher education and outside the classroom is in the form of taking life lessons for them at times. So apart from the curriculum, go out, share them real life stories. What are the mistakes we've made as students, and what are the things that they can take care of? What are the precautions that they can take? On and so forth. So yes, preparing them outside the classroom also is a major responsibility on our part. We do take care of that as well.
Okay. So what are the benefits and career options after pursuing this course?
Well, with bachelor's of physiotherapy, you have options of doing masters in different broad spectrum, like cardiopulmonary sciences, neurological, adult and pediatric, sports and musculoskeletal rehabilitation. Then you can also have additional inputs into dietitian courses and masters. You can even go for a master's in hospital administration. There are a lot of physios who become hospital administrators. You can go into sports management as a career in a whole. And then you can even join the various clubs and health fitness membership and gym and everywhere. It's holistic. So I must, whenever I tell my students about future prospects, I'm not trying to demean anybody or making ourselves superior, but as far as physiotherapy is concerned, right now, every household, we are the talk of the town. Okay, people are choosing alternative therapies rather than just popping in painkillers and pills. They are coming forward and doing exercises with us. We have rehabilitation camps, we have outreach camps, and the wonderful response by the society towards physiotherapy. And with the development of research into physiotherapy, I'm sure we are booming into the next millennium. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sir. So, what do you see as your college's greatest strength?
The greatest strength that Sikkim Manipal University has to offer is its wonderful faculty, I must say, because we are all been a faculty, been a student one point of time, and now that we are faculty in the same college, although we have external faculties from other places also, but we have a sense of personal approach to the students. We know what the students exactly feeling. So I think one of the greatest strengths is the faculty in the college, and yes, the infrastructure as well as the brand the Manipal Group brings along with it. Because our
Right.
students, whenever they produce a certificate of Sikkim Manipal University, then the certificate itself carries a larger weight compared to the other institutions. So yes, we're proud to be under this big umbrella of the Manipal Group, and our students are doing well. Thank you.
Correct. Correct. Okay. So, this is the last question. So, what valuable advice would you like to give to your students?
Uh, the advice that the students of this present generation with the online teaching require is communication. I feel there's a vast lack in communication because they are not used to talking, but they are used to texting. So
Right.
for this present generation, I would like to inculcate them the skills of communication because we as humans, we need not have any communicative classes as such. I used to find it funny when there was a skills and communication classes going on for the students. I said, we humans are meant to communicate, right? But now I can see there's a change in the norm and the students are coming out, increasingly being adamant, being, they're not able to communicate with how should you talk to an elder, what should be your salutation, what should be your body posture, what should be your body language with a different person and a different cadre. So I would like to make sure that there are basic skills which are being taught to them regarding communication, because physiotherapy is communication 20%, assessment 30%, and your treatment 50%. So I'm sure the students will benefit from such communication classes. And also, I would like to tell them that they need to be more serious with what they're doing, because here we can see, because of multiple options, people have stopped retaining knowledge. People have stopped going for memorizing and things, because now there's a smartphone in your hand, and if you're able to use the smartphone smartly, then you do not retain anything in your brain. So over the years, I think humans will evolve as non-retainers but smart thinkers. So maybe we need to prepare our students also for that generation. And the thing that I'd like to tell them is physiotherapy is a wonderful subject, because with just your hands you can heal somebody. So if you really take that deeply into your sense of privilege and find yourself lucky enough to do that, I'm sure you guys will rock.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. I'm sure the viewers, whoever is watching this, would get a lot of help from your answers. Thank you so much
Okay,
for
thank
today.
you.